We are agriculture sector, like a lot of bigger industry. We have some fact, we have some that kind of minimalist. Kerala is not utilizing that potential of agriculture. We have resources, but we are not using it. We have the mobilizing capacity, but we are not using it. I want to know the insights regarding the agriculture sector and how you are looking into that, looking into the future.
I will focus a little more on the solutions than the problems. Problems are well known, but you should understand the background of the problems. With two monsoons, 44 rivers, and a very rich soil, we should be the richest agriculture state in India. It used to be, that's the point. It used to be. From there, how do we come to a position of today where there is hardly any agriculture, except in the books? The most important thing that we need to accept is, if government can take credit for everything that is going well, doing good, they should also take the blame for what has gone wrong, which nobody does. So it starts from the 50s, when there is poverty here. And they see that some people are having more land, some people are having less land. So they thought the simplest way is take away the land from people who have more land, give it to those who don't have that, and then the problem will be solved. It's a very simple political solution, a legal solution to an economic problem. Now what happens? You fix the ceiling at 15 acres maximum. That was started right in the 50s, by the time it was implemented 70s. Now since then, the family has divided at least 3 times. So let's take one single family. A big family with 6 children had 15 acres of land. First partition, they all got 2.5 acres. And in the second partition, all the 6 children have an average 3 children. So that 2.5 acres divided by 3 is less than an acre. Now what kind of an agriculture, what kind of a farming you can do in land less than, and average size of the land holding in Kerala is 28 cents. So that's the crux of the problem. You cannot do any meaningful agriculture in 28 cents. Number one. Number two, legally we abolish the leasing or the part.
I think your agriculture question, it dealt with that.
Yeah.
The use of land. Our article, which simply mentions the land use in
Have a seat, please.
land use in Kerala. We have tried for a decade to bring in agro-processing industry to Kerala. Where is agriculture raw material? The biggest agro-processing industry in Kerala is rice mills and then rice products in terms of turnover, in terms of number of people employed, in terms of number of factories. 80% of the paddy is not from Andhra. Simply we don't have. I have given an example to your professor there. We brought in with a lot of difficulty a food park, one banana chips making. 22 tons Nandra banana is daily required. It is in Adur. He brings it from Mysore. Nowhere in Kerala you can mobilize that much. Paddy, you made a paddy land, art. And at least 5 lakhs of acres are lying vacant now. You made a law that only paddy can be done there. Where do agri-processing industries develop? 5 lakh acres are lying vacant. Even the planted rubber, something like 25-30% is lying untapped because weathers are very high and they don't get much.
4 lakh.
Only 30%. Why we wasted so many lakhs of acres of land because of that paddy land? Not a square inch of paddy land could be forcibly brought. The Panchayat has been given power to take over uncultivated land and get it cultivated. Collector has been given power to auction it off and all that. Show me a square inch cultivated like that. Paddy land definition in the law is where paddy can be cultivated. Other than rock, everywhere paddy can be cultivated. So every land in Kerala, where the definition is the paddy land. So every law has put in moral, and this is basically because the politicians are fed by this by a very unionized bureaucracy. Agriculture Workers Act. There is an Agriculture Workers Act in India, in Kerala on workers, but it is Agriculture Workers Act. There it says for a farmer, an agriculture worker, if in the second season, I employed an worker for the first season. For the second season, if I am doing the same crop, I need to give first preference to that worker. I cannot take a new worker. And if I take a new worker, the other fellow can ask for a claim, a compensation in the Agriculture Workers Act. This was done in 1964 to protect agriculture. That remains on statute book even today. And the cess for Agriculture Workers Act, Agriculture Workers Welfare Fund Board. I have 4 acres of land. I pay 485 rupees today as a cess. To get an agriculture worker when I start, there is not a single Malayali worker around.
I will try to answer it in one sentence. I've chosen to be labor friendly in Kerala. So when you talk about labor friendly, it's basically about labor union friendly, which has now today translated into service association friendly. So anything that you do in Kerala is basically with the mindset of, is it labor friendly? Now you change that mindset and start thinking about, am I doing anything? Is it business friendly? Is it industry friendly? Is it growth friendly?
Employment.
Then all you have to do is change the mindset and put through this test every legislation of yours, every policy of yours, every orders of yours. You put through this very simple test.
And about AI, you are advocating for reintroducing it on a slab basis.
Yes, it's a AIT because, at the time of agricultural stress, when prices have fallen, the state is forced to subsidize the farmers. But when prices rule high, for example, in the case of rubber, there was a time when rubber prices were ruling very, very high. But the state was not mobilizing resources from the rubber sector. The policy should be to mobilize public resources from the richer section of the farmers. After all, the state is spending so much on fertilizer, on irrigation, plant protection, everything. On all that, agricultural department is spending quite a lot of money. So why not tax the higher income sections of the people and bring some resources so that during periods of distress, the farmers can be given some kind of subsidy.
How many farmers are there in Kerala purely dependent on farm income?
Yes.
Not more than 1 or 2 lakhs. Only Idiki and Wayanad. Nowhere else. In my panchayat, there is not a single landowner who depends on farm income, not exclusive land income. His son must be employed somewhere, maybe in Gulf, locally here, there, all non-farm income. So Kerala's agriculture, if you want to revive, simply by giving more subsidies to farmers or something, will not work. It needs a total different out-of-the-box thinking.
One of the things which the book would reveal to its readers is that the debate inside is much more passionate than what is available probably in the civil society or the market.
We need to amend the laws to the present reality. Okay. Now, if you look at Kuttanad today, 90% of the paddy cultivated is by lease farm. Now, lease farming, and without a lease document, valid lease document, you cannot insure it. That is why we are lacking in agriculture insurance. Otherwise, you have to insure in the name of the owner farmer. Owner is in Gulf or in America. I'm the lease farmer, so agriculture, he doesn't get this. Once this is legalized, even if I am holding only 5 acres of land, I get in my name, the insurance I get, all the benefits I get. There is an order which says that the lessor can also get 2,000 of the 5,000 paddy incentive. From 1 hectare, they give 5,000, 2,000 he can take. Then agriculture minister told me, that is as good as we regularizing agriculture lease. I said, we change this law, they are not ready. So what we are saying is that certain desirable things, we are not people who are going to enact law. It's a legislature of Kerala. You are the people who have to demand that we as agriculture graduates, we are youngsters, we need opportunity and we need some of these traditionally laws which are enacted for those time need changes now. I would be extremely happy as a person, as a farmer, I want to see farming. I used to be a farmer. I want to see these two things, the ceiling goes, not the Land Reform Act is not only ceiling and lease or anything, there are so many other things in that. So the act as such cannot be scrapped that easily. Relax the ceiling part or even for agriculture. And on the industry part, which is very important, I think these are the things which we know.
So what should you guys do? Start a new agitation on these three counts. All agriculture students should start an agitation for removing the agriculture ceiling on land, for introducing the lease on land, and then removing the whole bloody category of plantation. That will be my advice to you.